us this morning, Titusville City Councilman Gavin Griffin. Hi, Gavin. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Luke. How are you?
Good to see you. How was your weekend?
Long, very long. Most of the time I come in here complaining it was too short, but I think this one I'm glad to be back. So.
Oh, okay, good. Well, here we are.
Yes.
Brand new month.
That's right. My favorite month, not
June.
least of which because it's my birthday month. So
Nice.
we'll be celebrating at the end of this month also a Monday. So we'll have cake and ice cream, I'm sure, at 8 in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll get right on that. I was looking to see if, somebody else from the Morning Drill crew was here to write that down, so I didn't forget to do that. A lot going on. I think, a lot of people are kind of waiting for summer to start in terms of temperature and sunshine.
Yeah.
This is sort of the week for that. Had some nice weather yesterday, but there's a lot to be involved with. Kind of give us a rundown of what's going on.
Yeah, there certainly is. As we warm up into the summer months here, it's not only going to be Oil Festival come August, but also our summer concerts in the park on Monday nights. We also have lots of special events coming up. But we also at the city are very excited to begin a new program. We have the Youth Corps program. That's for high school and college students to come intern with the city and some of our community partners to be able to embrace our community ideals through public service. So they can serve in a range of different areas, including public art, public works, administration, public safety, you name it, we've got it. And so we're very hopeful to get that up and running here a week from today, and we already have a couple of applicants that we're excited to place.
Too late for somebody to get involved, or is there time to do that?
Hey, we're taking applications, and as you see on the screen there, they're available on the city's website as well as at that QR code. Takes you directly to an online form to fill out. That comes to myself and our administrative secretary, and so we will review those applications and get back to you.
And if somebody has questions about it, or they want to learn more, can they stop into City Hall or call and
Absolutely,
ask?
yes. They can stop in at the city manager's office anytime. Neil and Casey are both, they've been working with me on this since the beginning. They can also shoot us an email or give us a call at 814-827-5300.
And what's the end goal here? What are you hoping comes out of this? And again, it might be, that one of those programs that catches on and builds over the years, but what are some goals that you would say, okay, yeah, it was successful because of, maybe this or this happening?
Well, part of my inspiration in starting this program was my own background and my ability to get involved from a young age in high school as a junior member of city council. And so I wanted to give young folks in our community, not just high school, but also college students, the ability to get involved in the way that I did. Have that opportunity to serve, and not only to serve, but to learn while they do it. And so the hope is we can show them that there's a range of different things they can work on right here to make that great difference. And we certainly hope that they'll stick around, whether it's in elected office or as an employee, but that's the end goal.
You're not that far removed from high school. You just finished up another year at college.
That's right.
What's the conversation? Do you think students at that point, do they know what they want to do, or do you find that some of them want to experience some things to get ideas on what direction to go in life?
I certainly didn't anticipate going into public service and politics when I was in high school until I began in the junior council program. And so I think it's just a matter of having that opportunity and that experience to be able to know what you'd like to do. We have someone right now that he wants to be a police officer. He's going through NPRC, doing some classes at Pitt, but his summer is open, so he's going to be taking this internship and getting credit for it as part of his education. But the hope is to show that, you can do all of that right here in your own community.
Just out of curiosity, had you not gotten involved and gone this direction, what were you thinking?
Originally I wanted to be a doctor, and then I wanted to be a lawyer. And then I decided both of those take a heck of a lot of schooling, so I decided that this was the way to go.
Okay.
But public service is something that I feel very strongly about, and so giving that opportunity to other young folks is important.
Well, it's a great opportunity, again, especially if you're coming out of school or, you got the summer off and you're thinking, I don't know what I want to do. Don't sit around and do nothing. You can obviously learn from something like this experience. And I assume, Gavin, part of it too is you get to meet people, you get to talk to people, and be inspired by what others are doing, I guess.
Yeah, certainly. And, one of the things that I talked with a friend of mine over the weekend about is he was a junior council member last time we had a cycle, and he was very interested in politics, but then he, from that, decided that he was more interested in the administrative side, and he actually formed a great bond with our Public Works Director, and so he's hoping to come back and serve with Scott down at Public Works for the summer. And so, you never know what you're going to get out of it, but you have to, when you come in, turn in an application, you have to pick 2 areas of interest that you would like to work in. That way, if you try one and you don't necessarily like it, we can move you to the other. And if there's not enough to keep you busy at one, we can give you a few days at the other one so that you're getting a fuller range of experience.
One of the things I absolutely love about Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs TV show is the places he would go and you would think, oh, I guess I didn't realize that was a career that you could get into. But yeah, obviously somebody has to do this.
Yeah.
Not that every job was dirty, but there's a lot of professionals out there that are doing things that you might not go, oh, yeah, I didn't realize this takes place. I'm not saying there's a lot of that here, but for some people, it might be, oh, I didn't realize you did this or you took care of this.
Yep.
So it's a great opportunity to kind of see what it takes to run a city.
Yeah, certainly. And, keeping in line with the dirty jobs, Scott and I have talked several times over this process about the need for wastewater operators. So that's something nationwide that they are struggling to get folks to work in wastewater. And so the hope is to get somebody down there to see what it's about. And, it doesn't smell as bad as you would think it would. But, we're hoping that we find young people and help them embrace their passion while helping them, serve our community.
What's the other side to this? If somebody takes part in that and they go, boy, I could see myself doing this, are people there in place to say, okay, this is what it takes to do this? You need to go to training or school, or just, hey, keep working here and eventually you can get, is that going to be part of it?
Yeah, certainly. So in the program, any intern that we have, their direct supervisor will be somebody in the department where they work. So it may be, in the fire and police department, the chief, or, down at Public Works, our director. And so they're going to have daily interactions and conversations with that person, and they're going to be encouraged to be open and express their ideas or concerns or ask questions. And so the hope is that they will have that path that they can follow, so that, even here, when we know that in 5 years we're going to have somebody retire, or in 2 years we're going to have someone retire, and you can tell them, hey, keep an eye out on that, go get your schooling and come back because we'd love to have you.
Yeah, that's great. And, the other side of that is if maybe you are going off to school and studying something that's not related to this looks good on a resume. And again, It just exposes you to something else that you might not have been familiar with, where, again, down the road you can say, hey, I know a little bit about that.
Yes, absolutely. And I believe we have an applicant that you know very well, who may be a relative of yours, a good friend of mine, who will be serving a couple hours a week with us at City Hall. And so we're hopeful that, we can show him some of the ways that government works, and he can use that in his field that has nothing to do with city government or administration. So
yeah, well, that's great. Again, not too late to get involved with that. Call the city and get started.
That's right. Absolutely.
Okay. And on the junior council side of things, is that a program that's going to continue, do you know? Or?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. And it's still going strong 3 years after I went through it. We have 2 outstanding young women right now, Jenna Crocker and Gracie Sampson. Gracie's going to be graduating here at the end of this week. It's hard to believe. And then she'll be staying on through the summer like I did when I was there, and then she'll be going off to school. But Jenna plans on sticking around for her senior year next year, so we're glad to have her and look forward to plenty more work to come.
That's great. All right. Hopefully summer's here now with the weather. I saw a couple bikes down at Founders Park, I think yesterday. But a lot going on. Oil Heritage Bike Share, that's been announced. And, just a great opportunity to kind of get out and ride the trails.
Yeah, and like I've said countless times, recreation is our greatest asset around here, and we hope that people will come out and enjoy it, and particularly with the CATA bike share program. We're looking forward to having that in place throughout the summer, and I know I'll be taking advantage of it for sure.
Well, it's only a couple bucks an hour to rent, but that saves a lot of people having to haul bikes around. And, if you're making plans to come up for the weekend, again, you don't have to worry about loading your bikes up on your vehicle. You can come and enjoy it. And this is also coming off Roughneck Gravel Roubaix last weekend, which big success. And Adam Deem and his team, once again, did an awesome job. Is that exciting for the city to be able to help facilitate an event like that?
Absolutely. Every year that he's had it, I've had the chance to go down on Saturday morning and watch as some of the riders take off. And, it's an outstanding event. He brings plenty of people into town, not only riders, but also their families who come in and enjoy our local restaurants and shops. And really, it's an unofficial start to the summer season.
All right. You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Councilman Gavin Griffin with us here this morning. City Hall looks absolutely beautiful, by the way. I know it was decorated for the Memorial Day weekend, but it looked great driving. Picture. Yeah, it looked beautiful driving past. Splash pad, I think, unofficially open, but
I don't know if you'd want to go out there right now, but maybe tomorrow or the day after, it'd be plenty of fun to go out. Yeah, that opens up every year on Memorial Day weekend, and we haven't necessarily have the greatest weather since then, but that'll be rolling. It's open now, so if you're willing to brave the cold this morning, go out and enjoy it.
That's great. And the hours 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. through Labor Day.
Yeah, so that's something that you can enjoy all summer long. And again, it's free, so anyone is welcome to go and enjoy it. I look forward to seeing you out there, splashing around, Luke.
Probably not going to happen. The tennis courts, I'll take advantage of getting out and maybe playing some tennis this summer. But so, real quick, there's some great pictures that posted. I don't think we've had a chance to kind of recap since well before Memorial Day, but again, this is more on the bike share program. And those bikes can be found where? Through the parks, or how does that work?
Yes, so we have some. They're obviously Roberts Grove, Founders Park. There's one down by Brown Street Bridge. There's a couple of others throughout town, so they're available. Yep, there you go, Burgess. They're available at plenty of different places, so we hope that people will take advantage of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, I checked the countdown. We're like 67 days away from Oil Festival.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
It's flying by. Yeah.
So going back to the recreation side of things, I know there's been a lot of discussion on like the Airbnbs and all of the stuff that helps sort of accommodate those visitors coming into our area. We, our friends from OC&T Railroad and Drakewell Museum have been on, and visitation is, those numbers are up, where they were pre-COVID, and people are getting out. People want to take advantage of what's around them. So making sure sort of the environment's in place for people to be comfortable and stay here is extremely important. Kind of give us your thoughts on all of that and how much more we need to do to help facilitate all that.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. Airbnb is something that's extremely important when it comes to that outdoor recreation, because if we're going to have 500 additional people in for a weekend like we did with the Gravel Roubaix, we want to make sure that they're staying in the city and enjoying everything that we have to offer right here. Very often they stay in Oil City or Franklin, and nothing against our friends to the south, but we would like to keep that here in our community.
And likewise, when there's big events down there and they run out of room, they're coming to stay here. So.
Absolutely, yes. So we have a few Airbnbs in the city currently, but anybody that's interested in starting one, I encourage them to stop in at City Hall, and we'll get them squared away.
All right. Last meeting was, what, a couple of weeks ago now?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Time flies.
It does. Crazy. Kind of give us a quick rundown. I'll bring up just a couple things. You, I think, got minutes from the Titusville Housing Authority.
Yep.
There are some boards that might need somebody to serve. Is that true?
That's right, yes.
Okay.
So we have still some openings on some city boards, authorities, and commissions. And so if you're interested in serving, we certainly encourage you to apply. You can find the application and those vacancies listed on the city website at cityoftitusvillepa.gov.
Under old business, acceptance of the 24 audit report.
Yes, it's a pretty hefty report, but we all had a chance to read through it and give it the okay.
All right, honestly, do you read every page?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Same with the budget and the church-run mediation.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
There are plenty of there's stacks like that on my desk at home. But
are there big numbers associated with that, obviously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, certainly. So church-run, I know we talked about $67-ish million to do a box culvert system. There's a smaller program that we're looking at putting into place over a period of a longer period of time that would do bank remediation. So that would be, rather than digging up all of our streets and diverting the water, it would be expanding the bank and making it green so that it's a little easier to soak up the, kind of channel chute.
Yeah. I'm sure it's also discussed, like if you have a major flood every, let's say, 100 years or whatever, is it worth $67 million?
Yeah. No. And, we try to balance that. Is it economical to be able to, put that much money into something? But we have seen recently, you talked about a big flood every 100 years, but recently it's been more like every 10 years or so we see this problem occurring again. And it brings a lot of damage into not only city infrastructure, but to residents and homeowners.
And the other part of that, though, is I think being more cognizant of the of what's in church run and people doing a better job of removing shopping carts and debris from trees and limbs and all this stuff that kind of clogs things up. So I think the city and I think homeowners are doing a much better job of looking in their backyard going, okay, that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Let me make a phone call or, let's get it out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we encourage folks to do their best to clean up their sections of the stream, but we also are, every time that we get heavy rain, we're on the phone. Hey, Neil and Dustin, is everything looking all right? Are we having any flooding issues yet? Which is something that we're going to be working on through our emergency management committee, which was passed finally last meeting. So that's a committee of some city officials and folks from city agencies that'll work together to put together a comprehensive emergency disaster management plan and work together to address those things on the ground as they happen.
Also, revision of the CDBG fund activities, Shady Park. I know you guys have talked about maybe getting some work done there.
Yes. So Shady Park was listed a few years ago on CDBG projects. So that's something to upgrade the electrical in Shady Park. That's $52,000 project. So it's a big ticket item, but we just had to transfer some money over from the Perry Street Bridge project, which is obviously still, sitting there, not being done.
There.
Yeah, well, the money is sitting there for something that very often, we find is not going to happen. So we took the money from that and put it towards this project to balance the remainder of that cost.
Also, some paving projects should be getting started here.
Yes, that's right. So not only our city paving here at the end of this month, but we also have Ed Meyer. So that's a big project we're very excited for. Anyone who's ever used the Ed Meyer complex has probably moaned and groaned about the potholes that you can lose a car in down there. So we're looking forward to having that paved, and that should be done here July.
All right. So that's the only thing, like when you're traveling, you forget, oh, it's so great. Finally we're into the summer months. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Paving. No, I'm not saying here in town, but
no, of
you
course.
go outside. PennDOT's pretty active.
I did a little traveling this weekend, and even this weekend, which wasn't necessarily great weather, they were out doing plenty of road work. So it certainly, I think they say that the state flower is a traffic cone,
yes,
if I'm not mistaken.
It's so beautiful, though. It really is.
That's right.
All right, Gavin, folks have questions, want more information, how do they get it?
they can stop in at City Hall anytime. They can email us. Our emails are all on the city website, and give us a call at 814-827-5300.
Next meeting is when?
This Wednesday, 6 o'clock at City Hall.
And it's the first Wednesday of the month, which means roundtable, right?
That's right, at 10 a.m., also at City Hall.
All right. Thanks, Gavin.
Thank you,
Good
Luke.
to see you.